The Auditor-General provides assurance to Parliament on the accountability and performance of the Victorian public sector. The Auditor-General conducts financial audits and performance audits and reports on the results of these audits to Parliament. On the 28th of May 2015, the Auditor-General tabled his Financial Audit Report, Technical and Further Education Institutes 2014 Audit Snapshot. As at the preparation of this report, we've issued audit opinions on 10 of the 12 Technical and Further Education Institutes, or TAFEs. Federation Training has not yet completed their financial report. They are still addressing a number of financial reporting issues. Wodonga TAFE received an audit opinion. However, that has been withdrawn as a material misstatement has been identified in the financial statements. This is currently being investigated. The key findings of this report are: 2 successive years of combined deficits have been reported for the sector, following changes to government funding arrangements that became effective on the 1st of January 2013. The 2014 deficit included write-downs by TAFEs of the new Student Management System, or SMS. And our review of the performance reporting and risk management frameworks of the TAFEs indicates improvements can be made to current practices. Observations that arose out of our financial audit work, including financial outcomes and financial sustainability risks, are included in this report. We continue to comment on the performance reporting of the sector, and this year's focus is on risk management in place at TAFEs. This graph displays that TAFEs have experienced a reduction in government grants since 2012 as a result of funding changes, as shown by the dark blue lines, with grants making up 64% of TAFE revenue in 2012, but 48% in 2014. To counteract this, TAFEs have increased their student fees, but the financial impact of this has been constricted by falling student numbers. For the financial year ending 31st of December 2014, the 10 TAFEs in this report generated a combined net deficit of $84.3 million. This is the second year the sector has had a deficit following funding changes. The graph in this slide shows a decline in 2013 and 2014, being the 2 full financial years since the funding changes were introduced. This decline indicates that most TAFEs have been unable to effectively adapt to the changing funding environment. The deficit has been driven by revenue decreasing faster than expenditure, as shown in this graph. Revenue has decreased by 25.5% since funding changes were introduced, to $896.4 million. Expenditure has decreased by 13.6% in the same period, to $980.7 million. While the decrease in revenue is driving the net deficit, redundancies and the write-down of the new SMS increase the size of the deficit. The SMS was developed by the former Department of Education and Early Childhood Development, or DEECD, to improve the administration and monitoring of enrolled students across the TAFE sector. DEECD spent $94.9 million building the SMS. The new system's value was reduced by $21.1 million by DEECD at 31st of December 2012, following an impairment review. At the 31st of December 2013, the completed SMS was transferred to the 9 participating TAFEs. 2 of these TAFEs have been the subject of amalgamations where the system will no longer be required. As a result, the value of the asset was written off. The other TAFEs have assessed the system at the 31st of December 2014 and further impaired its value. The total write-offs and write-downs made in 2014 was $43.2 million collectively. Therefore, after 1 year of use, the SMS is now worth only 32% of its original capitalised cost, or the money spent to build it. This indicates that the state may not have received value for money from the $94.9 million expended on the SMS. TAFEs need to generate enough revenue from operations to meet their financial obligations and to fund asset replacement and asset acquisitions. As shown in the graph, the risk faced by the sector has increased since the funding changes were implemented in 2013. The sector faces both short and long-term risks, with 9 of the 10 completed TAFEs recording a negative underlying result at the 31st of December 2014. This indicates that not enough revenue is being generated to pay the total operating costs. This is offset against a positive for the sector, which is that most TAFEs had a good liquidity ratio. 2 TAFEs, Sunraysia Institute and Melbourne Polytechnic, disclosed that there was a material uncertainty around the going concern assumption when preparing their 2014 financial reports. Both TAFEs have produced future cash flow forecasts that show additional financial support may be required, and this has been provided for both entities by the Department of Education and Training, or the Department. We observed that frameworks to support risk management are in place at TAFEs, and in a majority of cases their policies and procedures incorporated better practice. Given the financial challenges of the sector, we noted that risks regarding financial sustainability could be better articulated and mitigated through the register. This may assist TAFEs in their current operating environment. 2 TAFEs did not have a functioning risk register in place during the 2014 financial year, Goulburn Ovens TAFE and Bendigo Kangan TAFE. In line with the standing directions of the Minister for Finance, 4.5.5, both TAFEs have made an attestation in their 2014 annual report that they comply with Australian and New Zealand risk management standards. However, neither TAFE have detailed in their attestation how they monitor risks in the absence of a functioning register. The report makes 7 recommendations that have been accepted. We have not raised any recommendations in relation to financial outcomes, as we acknowledge there is a current review being undertaken of TAFE sector funding by the government. The Auditor-General will monitor the implementation of these recommendations and conduct follow-up work at a later date. Overall, the financial position of the TAFE sector is in decline. The sector has short and long-term financial sustainability risks that need to be addressed by both TAFE boards and the department. All our reports are available on our website. If you have any questions about this or other reports, or if you have anything else you would like to discuss with us, including ideas for future audit topics, please call us on 03 8601 7000 or contact us via our website.